Welcome to Unhinged Magi! Oh man, we're back. We're here. We're going to talk about stuff. We're going to talk about Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
You've heard of it, right?
Yep.
Man, there's only 3 things or 4 things you can play. You can play old school, you can play standard, you can play modern, legacy, maybe some commander. That's it.
That's all you can play. That's it. If you don't like those, get out.
That's right.
No, we think there's potential for things that are being done right now in player ran formats to keep expanding and to be done in the future. What we mean more specifically is we think the way that Magic could go, at some point down the road, you got all these decades of players that have bought cards for years. And maybe you got a whole
How many
pile...
decades has it been? Let's see, 90s?
It's like 28 years or something.
I guess that's a few years?
Yeah. So say you got, like, you and your friends all used to play, like, maybe during, like, Meridian block, right? All of you and your friends, you all have, like, you know, Meridian, Darksteel, what's the other one? Fifth Dawn.
Oh, Fifth Dawn. I like Fifth Dawn.
So you've got, like, a bunch of cards in that set, and all of you do because that's when you all played together. So you all have these nostalgic feelings about it.
Memories.
Yeah. And so what if, like, you and all your friends just said, you know what, we're done buying new cards. I'm done giving Wizards of the Coast my money because we have these game pieces. They're great game pieces.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole Meridian block was fun. Why don't we just make our own little tournament out of Meridian block, add in a standard set, and we'll just build decks and play against it.
But it's too dang expensive.
But it's not because, like, in these cases, like, these blocks, like
They're
there's a couple standout cards out of, like, most sets,
of course.
But the majority of the cards in like all these older sets are, like, honestly pretty cheap because they're not good in modern, they're not good in legacy, they're not good in vintage,
and so they become unplayable.
Yep.
And so they're not being played because they were in their King Dingaling stage inside their own block.
Yep. And so when you play in that smaller sandbox, and this is effectively why old school is a good format.
Yeah.
Because, like, these sets were kind of designed to work together, and you have this smaller sandbox of cards.
Hence block.
Yeah, and it makes a great format because they're all balanced with each other and stuff like that. But that doesn't have to just stick with old school. In fact, there's people that play a format called Alice.
That's right.
That's like Ice Age and Alliances. Is Homelands in there too?
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, like, it just has just a couple sets in it. But, you know, Ice Age is actually a pretty big set.
It is. And it had a lot of the repeats, which I hate. But it had a lot of the repeats of the cards above. They had different artwork and that
like
kind of stuff.
Llanowar Elves, Fenderhorn Elves.
Counterspell.
Yeah, Counterspell. Like Lightning
Bolt
Bolt or Incinerate.
And they also added a new Drudge Skeleton. I forget what the name it is.
Yeah, I forget what that one was.
But there is. It's exactly the same.
So anyways, like, that can be done for, like, all of these blocks over the years. And I've played in some of those formats, and they're actually really fun because you get to kind of revisit these old nostalgic decks, but you do it kind of with a modern perspective. And surprisingly enough, sometimes, like, even new things pop out.
Right, but you don't play with modern cards. You just play with that block. Period.
Yeah, play with that block. And so that's a great way for you and your friends to go out and buy cards very cheaply, then get together and play Magic.
Maybe you already have the cards because it's from your era.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you were to pick, like, probably nearly any block from, like, 1997 all the way through, like, 2015, there's so many blocks you could choose from. And, like, you could probably get 95% of the cards in that block for nearly nothing.
Exactly.
Because there was a couple expensive cards, and then, like, the rest are just super cheap.
Yep. And wouldn't that be good? You can actually play Magic the Gathering, enjoy your block that you played a long time ago. Maybe you're a kid, maybe you're in college. It doesn't really matter. You were enjoying it, having fun with your friends, and hanging out, and you get to relive the glory days of that set.
And you guys, when you think about it, why do you really have to be in the rat race? Why do you have to constantly take whatever Wizards of the Coast is making as their newest set and go and pay full market retail price for it, you know, which can be like $100 a booster box or something like that?
Oh yeah.
And why do that? Why not just go, like, spend, like, that same $100 and buy, like, every card in, like, an entire block, except for the couple of the expensive ones. But you've got, like, every other card in that block and, like, 4 of them. and then you and your friends just treat it like a game of Monopoly or something, where like you've all got the game pieces, and you all just construct decks, and you just meet up and just play.
Yeah, and have fun.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourselves for cheap. And winners buy drinks. That's why I always lose.
I think, honestly, that would be a really cool thing. I've gotten a taste of it with Old School, and I know a lot of other people have done it with the Alice format.
Yep.
I'm excited to see Magic players figure this out and start to do it with all the other expansions. I think it's uncharted territory that has so much potential.
I think it does. I think Urza's block is going to be huge, though. You know?
Oh my gosh.
Everybody talks about that one, and everyone thinks that one's fantastic because it's got a whole bunch of cards that do a whole bunch of nasty things.
Broken cards.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to ban anything because it's not Wizards sanctioned. It's fantastic.
You know, the Urza's block would be very expensive, actually.
It would. So you have to ban Cradle. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, the Cradle and the Yawgmoth's Will.
Oh, yeah. Yawgmoth's Will is... That's insane.
That is a crazy card.
Yeah.
So yeah, there would still be some that are expensive, but like the majority of them would like not be cheap, not be expensive at all, right?
True. And remember, I always believe in proxy. You can just doodle on a land and it becomes a Yawgmoth's Will.
Yeah, you could do that as well.
But then again, there's going to be some people out there saying, no, you cannot doodle on cards and make them into Yawgmoth's Wills. You must play with the original version and original print.
And you know what's beautiful about this is, you guys, you really don't even have to have like several thousand people get into it. You can just contact some of your friends that you've known for a while and they used to play the game with and be like, hey, how many of you guys have like Weatherlight block or something like that? Like, hey, let's go build like decks out of like Mirage, Visions, Weatherlight, something like that. Let's go build that block and let's go revisit it, right?
Yep, exactly. I mean, these are the same people you play D&D with. What? That's not a thing?
Do people play D&D anymore?
Yes. We still play D&D. My cousin's been playing a D&D campaign for like decades now, I think. Almost
decades?
Yeah,
like a single campaign?
Single campaign, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It's with family members, of course, but still.
If his character ever dies, he's going to like break down and cry.
Oh, I'm sure there's resurrection potion somewhere.
I hope so. That would be tragic. So anyways, you guys, we wanted to throw that idea out there. I think it's largely unexplored territory. It's got a ton of potential. And you know, you could even like set up these kinds of formats as like a cube draft kind of thing, where you and your friends get together and just
sit around in a cube. No,
yeah, and do like a cube draft of like whatever block it is that you guys want to do together. And then it's like a cube draft, if you remember, it's like opening packs. So it's like you're reliving like all these experiences with these cards, and then you're actually using all the cards that would never make it into a constructed deck, because you know that's what you do in Cube. You know, you got to take what you can get.
And don't sit next to Edwin. That's priority number one.
Because I'll always draft the good cards.
Yes.
Here's a bunch of crap.
Yeah,
here's a bunch of crap.
Exactly.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Not even one piece of power. Thanks, man.
So anyways, yeah, guys. I think that this is something that each of you should consider and look at doing with your friends.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Maybe
you watch this, you should do it.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, start buying them up, because like there's so many sets out there.
And if you do it on TCG Player. Link below, TCG Player. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, right below in the description. It won't cost you any more money to go to TCG Player through our link, but we'll get a little kickback for it. So yeah, actually that'd be great if you did it that way.
Yep.
But yeah, check it out. Call up your friends. Go start building these old block formats.
Make sure you call up
start having
Steve.
fun. Yeah, don't forget Steve.
Yeah.
Okay.
He really needs to play.
Okay. I'll talk to you guys later.
Later, guys.